Welcome to 1000 PS TV. Today, we are testing the two legends, Honda Hornet 600 versus Hornet 750. Old versus new. In this video, we find out how awesome the new one is and how good the old one was. Anyone talking about the Hornet a year ago was almost certainly referring to the much-praised Honda CB600F Hornet, because the large 900 cubic centimeters version was not nearly as popular and was therefore withdrawn from the range after just a few years of production. Since this year, however, you have to ask more precisely, as the shortest formulation is the old or the new Hornet. Because now there is the CB750 Hornet, whose difference to the old version is not only limited to just under 150 cubic centimeters more displacement, but also includes a completely different engine concept. Instead of 4 two-cylinders in line, now provide comparatively powerful propulsion. So the question arises as to whether the new Hornet even deserves this poisonous nickname. Well, first of all, I'll explain why the name Hornet fits the old version pretty well. Powered by an inline 4-cylinder with 599 cubic centimeters, which it takes over from the CBR 600RR sports bike, albeit with less power and more torque in the lower range. This produced around 95 horsepower in the first model years from 1999 onwards, and in the 2012 version I tested, it was even 102 horsepower. However, the revs at which this maximum power is available must be kept in mind. At 12,000 revolutions per minute, and the limiter only intervenes above 13,000 revolutions per minute. The 600cc Hornet wants to be revved and then really gets going at high RPM. Although it is surprisingly confident and not at all weak at low revs, the maximum torque of 63.5 Newton meters at 10,500 revolutions per minute says a lot about how little punch is available at low revs. The new Hornet 750 does this very differently, and I am deliberately not only talking about better. Because anyone who likes or even loves the typical revving character of a 600 Hornet would only be partially happy with the 750 Hornet's grunty acceleration. But nowadays, it's better to install a superior engine that appeals to both beginners and advanced riders and provides acceleration in all situations, not just at high RPMs. Accordingly, 92 horsepower is already available at 9,500 revolutions per minute, with over 10 Newton meters more torque available earlier at over 3,000 touring. This actually makes the new Hornet more popular than the old Hornet, but also less special, which in turn does not seem to help it become a legend like the old one. The more radical design of the Hornet 600 continues with the geometry. Over 20 years ago, it was still okay to give a naked bike a front-wheel-oriented riding position. But don't worry, you still sit sufficiently upright. But when you get on the new Hornet 750, you feel like you're on a supermoto with high handlebars. It's also a good ride and certainly conducive to agile handling, but far more maneuverable than the old 600. When it comes to the brakes, it is particularly evident that a lot has changed since 2012. The bite and modulation are definitely better on the 750. Yet the old Hornet still functions amazingly well. For the fact that the system already has over 39,000 kilometers in the pistons, it responds very well, only more manual force is required. So if you want an old Hornet 600, you should strike soon, because paradoxically, the available models only seem to be getting more expensive than they already are. The fact that Gebraucht Bikes ad is asking €6,990 for the CB600F Hornet from 2012 with over 39,000 kilometers is therefore reasonable when you consider that it is in top condition, in perfect shape, and actually already has collector's status. Anyone who is surprised that they only have to fork out €1,700 more for a new 750 Hornet is probably better off with the new version anyway. Conclusion on the Honda CB 750 Hornet 2023. The new Hornet 750 is a really successful naked bike with a wonderfully agile and powerful engine, balanced handling and suspension, a comfortable riding position, and last but not least, extensive electronic features that put it above most of its competitors in the upper entry-level bike class. It actually comes very close to the middle class, only the boring swing arm and the narrow 160 rear tire, which, however, helps the handling enormously, do not quite fit into this segment. However, it is hardly more expensive than the entry-level models, and instead is a few or even many thousands cheaper than the mid-range models. That makes it an unbeatable offer. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.